Couple of other issues I want to get to. There isn't an opportunity to get into it during PFT Live and during the season, especially the legal issues that seem to come up for the NFL, for the teams, for the owners, for the people involved in the business. They easily get overlooked because it's a stream of bright, shiny objects. Thursday night football, bright, shiny object. All day Sunday, bright, shiny objects across the board all day long. Monday night, we're getting to the time of the year where there's going to be Saturday games. We had a Friday game. It's hard to really press pause on talking about football and focus on non-field, off-field, whatever field I want to say as I try to say it, issues are worthy of consideration. And one lawsuit I want to talk about, this one popped up yesterday. Jerry Jones is involved in litigation that currently spans two different lawsuits. One is, and this is the original one, it was filed by a 26-year-old woman named Alexandra Davis who contends that Jones is her father. And there was a confidentiality agreement that was involved. She wants that to be torn up. She wants a paternity test to prove that Jones is her father. Apparently, there was a court order last year that there will be a paternity test. And for whatever reason, it hasn't happened yet. But that's the first lawsuit. The second lawsuit arises from Davis's issues with the way Jones and people connected to him reacted to the first lawsuit, painting her as extort money from Jerry Jones, telling lies about her. Now, her initial defamation lawsuit had to be revised because she's a limited public figure. There's a higher bar for public figures. You have to plead your case. You have to use stronger language. You have to be able to prove that there was actual knowledge that the things that were being said were false. But this one has a little bit of a twist in it because when the judge opened the door to refiling the lawsuit, of course, you take it back to the lab, you write what you need to write, you craft it the way you need to craft it, you go forward, and Jones and the other defendants will surely try to get the case knocked out again. But this time around, there's an allegation that the defendants worked with Don Van Natta Jr. of ESPN to basically get the negative word out about Alexandra Davis. Now, the way that I read ESPN's characterization of this new lawsuit, I haven't seen the lawsuit, and there's an item without a byline at ESPN.com. Most of these stories, at least some, probably most, were written by Don Van Natta Jr. Now that he's implicated in it, his name doesn't appear on the story. But in that story, you get the impression, the way it's written, possibly down the road, there could be a claim that ESPN is responsible as well, depending upon what ESPN did or didn't do to confirm the veracity of the things that were being said by Jones, by others connected to him, to Van Natta, that then became stories posted to ESPN that may have painted Alexandra Davis in a negative light. So that's one that I don't know how much time and attention it's going to occupy for Jerry Jones. He seems to be fully focused on his football team, but it's not something that's just going to go away. They're going to try to make it go away so Jerry Jones never has to deal with it, so he never has to show up in a conference room in a law office and be questioned for 7 or 8 hours about the situation, so he never has to give the paternity test, which, again, a court order is out there saying he needs to do it. So the lawyers will fight and fight on his behalf. At some point, though, it may be something he has to deal with.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.